Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here to practice the skill of sensation tracking. The first thing I want to say is that this is a skill to learn, and most of us really have sensations and emotions and feeling all tied up and meshed together. And so learning how to separate sensation from feelings and emotion can take time, it can take practice, but you are taking the first step. So, congratulations. So, I'm going to guide us through a practice session, and I'm going to give a few examples, and then I'm going to give some open time and space for you to practice on your own. I'll ask a few questions. And I just want you to know that over time, as you learn to do this, you really do get to gain the skills of thinking clearly, expanding your capacity to handle challenges, and really moving from flight or fight or freeze or fawn into aligned action, into the parasympathetic rest and digest, which from there you are able again to think clearly, to handle situations, and take aligned action. So that's where we're going. And be gentle with yourself. Know that it can take time to separate an emotion from a feeling. Again, this is the difference of saying, I'm tired, I feel tired. It's like, well, what does tired feel like, right? And generally it's like, I'm tired. There's some kind of negative association with the word tired, or I'm anxious, or I'm feeling anxious. Negative association. In the same way, I'm feeling relaxed. Positive association, right? But our job here is to go underneath the emotion, underneath the feeling, and to find, well, what does relaxed? What does anxious? What does tired actually feel like in my body? Where is it located? And what are the physical sensations of that emotion? And again, as we learn to separate these things, we learn to neutralize sensation. So just because, right, maybe that anxiousness feels like a tightening in the chest, tightness is totally neutral. If it's a windy day and I'm holding on to my hat tightly because I don't want it to fly away, there's nothing wrong with that. I want to save my hat. I'm holding on to it tightly, right? So contextually, and sort of the stories that our mind makes up about these words, we're going to start separating them, breaking them apart, so that when we are talking about tightness, shallowness, heaviness, lightness, tingly, right? We're just focusing on the sensations themselves without the story and without the emotion. And the better you can get at just looking at and feeling and being with the sensation, you'll notice that they actually start to resolve and dissolve themselves faster, because you're not continuing to re-trigger your own self, your own emotions with the stories that you're creating. So there's scientific research to back this up that says you only ever need to feel a feeling or an emotion or sensation for 90 seconds. If you're feeling it for any longer than that, then you are the one re-triggering yourself. And what I have found is that the separation of emotion or feeling from sensation is really helpful to break the looping thoughts and really allows us to be with the sensation for that 90 seconds. It's easier to be with a sensation for 90 seconds than it is with an emotion or a story. So that's where we're going. I know it's a long setup. If you're listening to this again, you can skip to 5 minutes. All right, so with all that said, finding a comfortable position, whether you're seated or lying down, just begin to close your eyes. And I do recommend being in a position that you're not going to fall asleep. So if that means you do need to sit up, you can definitely have your back supported. This isn't about having a super straight back and, holding your weight. You actually won't be able to feel as much. So definitely be in a position where your body can, let go and you can feel what's really there. But do make sure you're sitting in a position where you're not going to fall asleep or get too comfortable that you start waning and can't do the exercise. All right. So as you're here with your eyes closed, just taking a few deep breaths, coming into the present moment. Beginning to trace your breath. Tracing your inhale as it moves through your nostrils. And tracing your exhale, whether it comes out your nose or your mouth, does not matter. We're just becoming aware of our breath. And as you're with your breath, begin to notice what temperature is the air as it moves in through your nose on the inhale, and what temperature is your breath as you exhale. And where are your hands on your body? Are they folded in your lap? Are they on your knees? Where are your hands and what do they feel like? Are they heavy? Are they light? Are they damp? Are they cool? What sensations do you feel in your hands? Now moving to your hips. What sensations are you feeling in your hips? Do they feel tight? Do they feel loose? Do they feel crunchy? Do they feel spacious? What sensation, without judgment, without story, what sensation are you feeling in your hips? And just notice if If at any point between your breath and your hands and your hips, if you went into a story about sweaty palm, for example, or tight hips, did you make a meaning out of your sensations? Did you make tight hips to mean a negative thing? Did you start thinking that you need to stretch more? Did you start trying to problem solve? Did you judge sweaty palms? Just notice if you did, it's totally normal. And bring yourself back to just the sensations. Let's come back to the breath. Where are you feeling your breath in your body right now? Without trying to make it different, just notice what is the sensation, what is the quality of your breath. And now I'm going to give you a few moments without me pointing you towards a sensation to just notice what sensations are arising in your body. I'll give you an example to start. I can feel my left leg crossing over my right leg. And I can feel the pressure at the meeting point of my left calf and my right ankle. Okay, your turn. Beautiful. And why don't you do one more? Okay, beautiful work. So I invite you to practice this and notice when you are able to stay purely in sensation, and when you find yourself creating meaning and creating a story out of the sensation that you're feeling. Noticing when you're attaching good, bad, right, wrong, or trying to solve for something to make the sensation go away. So just begin to notice this. You can practice when you wake up in the morning. You can practice before bed. You can practice while you're driving your car. Your eyes don't have to be closed. You're just paying attention to the physical sensations that are happening in your body. And I would love to know how this went. If you have any questions, please reach out. Let me know. And I'm so excited for you to learn this skill. It is truly life-changing, and you're on your way.